What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Y'all know what it is, okay? Even though it's on a Friday, we still gonna bring y'all the best guest in the world, all right? Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Man, before we get started, Mo, I want to throw, we had some people to leave us recently, okay? Fat Man Scoop,
Wow, yeah.
fantastic entertainer, man, all right? He lost his life last week. Also, Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah, man.
And we losing him, okay? But
Yeah, you know what's so crazy about that? I was talking about back in the day. They was talking about real quick. They used to talk about, what y'all gonna do? What y'all rappers gonna do when they get old? They gonna get old just like everybody else.
I mean, it's gonna happen, right?
But
so.
I always thought that they should have pulled a replacement in before they check out his mug. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man. But like we always say, man, watch how you talk to people. Watch how you treat people, okay? Because you never know, that may be the last time you see them.
Yep.
The last thing you say to them, man. Let's hold each other up. We got to do this. All right, Mo. Look, I've been telling y'all about this, man. Okay, so this guy, he's a legend. Number one. All right. Mo, you remember back in high school, man, when we was trying to be part of the B-boy crew, right? And we was up here doing our thing, okay?
Popping and locking.
All of that. Remember the one, Mo, where you take the ball, you take the imaginary ball, you put it in your mouth and you swallow it out.
Yeah.
This guy tonight, man, he was part of a legendary group called the Chicago Puppets. All right. And, everybody was trying to do it, but nobody did the group like that as well as these guys did. Now, everybody say the Lockers did too, okay?
Lockers did real good. They made Grammys.
They did all right, but, and I knew Keonis, I forgot his first name, but these guys, it's something different when they local, when they around, right around, when you can touch them. We grew up in Gary, Indiana. So It's something different when those guys are right there, okay? And they were so good, man, that Wolfman Jack took them on. All right, the Wolfman Jack took them on, okay, man. Showed that they did some dancing with him, all right? Did that thing anyway, man. Now he's a singer, and I'm interested to find out how it went from one end to the other end, okay? He's a singer, songwriter, man. He's just a legend, okay? Everybody say what's up to my guy, Mr. Maurice Christian. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's happening?
What's up, man?
Man, and Mo, I'm not gonna share it on here right now, okay? But you wouldn't believe this dude's age. He don't look nothing like what he look. And Mo, I was looking online and I saw him at a show, and he said it was recent. He was up there doing all of this. I'm like, what?
You're still doing your pop locking?
That's right.
Man, that first, hey Mo, the pop. If I get the pop, it's over. My insurance kicked me in real hard. It's over.
Like I said, they say that, like I say, it's what I say, Maurice. I say, hey, they say black don't crack. I said, come around my house about 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm getting out of bed.
See? sound like gunshot, right?
A pack of pow, 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 wood.
But Maurice, welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks for
man,
having
look.
me. Both of you.
Oh no. This is an honor, man. We appreciate you giving us the time. So let's go back, man. Let's go way back, okay? And I could not get the video downloaded, okay? But I was watching it, bro. And I must admit I tried one move, but I stopped, okay? But way back then, man, when you guys were trying to get this done, I mean, what were you guys thinking about?
Really, it's just something that started at Soul Train.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Soul Train started in Chicago at the Board of Trade
Right.
building.
Mm-hmm.
So we were still in high school. I'm probably still about a sophomore at that time when the group was forming. Now, I wasn't in the group at that time when it originally formed, but later on ended up in the group. And I went down there a couple of times with them, and we started to say, hey, let's put them in the group, you know. And one of the criteria for getting in the group, they had you do a show with them. And if you did great in the show, because that way they can see your performance, how you're going to be performing when you're live.
Okay.
So I started rehearsing with them. We did the show, and they like, hey, wait a minute, we got to have you in the group. So at the end of the show, backstage, as everybody was getting dressed, wiping the sweat down, they say, hey, why? I think because the father of the puppets, I call him Anthony Fairchild.
Okay.
And he started the group. And he was in another room. And so the member said, Maurice, you're in the group. You in the group. I say, you sure? He go, yeah, you in the group. Watch this. They knocked on the door. You open the door and goes, you in the group. Just like that. So that's how it all started, in Chicago. Now, one of the guys I lived right next door to, there was only one house in between us. So we had started dancing together at first with one of my sisters and my cousin. And then Wayne discovered Soul Train, and he told me about it. So he really brought me to the puppets. And we started dance. So that whole thing just started, just kind of rolling down from there. So we would rehearse every Wednesday night at a local YMCA on the west side of Chicago.
Okay.
Every Wednesday night. Some days we get together and just joked around and horseplay. Some days we got together, we were serious, and we came up with all these routines that we had.
Right.
So doing that, it later rolled off into, the local events, high school talent shows, town halls in the park, and doing things like that. So we started to become popular. And I didn't realize until later that we were the only group in Chicago doing that style of dancing.
See?
Wow.
So we did events, we did local shows, and then I know you guys came up with me. So the staple singers.
Oh yeah, Mavis and Pops.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we did the staple singers, right? Well, they had a restaurant. We call it a dinner club. It was a dinner club on the south side of Chicago called Hers House. Yeah. And they had everybody that came there. The Melvin and the Blue Notes. I mean, you name it. Those guys were performing there. Wow. So one of the guys went and talked to them and say, hey, we want to come and dance in front of, these artists. So they allowed it. I said, yeah, come on in. So we did a lot of, performing with these guys, but we danced in front of them every time they played an up-tempo song. So we got to know some of them. Later on in the year, Wolfman Jack came to town. Now, in that era, Wolfman Jack was doing Midnight Special.
Yeah, I remember Midnight Special. Yep.
Remember that? Yeah, so we snuck in. Now, the funny story goes is I was always a kid. I was not cutting class for nothing. That was it. Not cutting class. Because I knew if I did, I'd be in trouble. So they said, Maurice, Wolfman Jack coming to town and blah, blah, blah. Let's go down there. And it was on the school day. I can't go. I said, if I go, y'all won't see me anymore.
Right. There'll be beatings. Back in the day, that's what it was.
Yeah,
We got
exactly.
beat.
So, but they went and end up getting in. They tried a couple of times because of the guard. You know, the guard like, well, you know, you can't come in. You don't have that VIP pass. You're not getting backstage. So what they did, one of them came up with the clever idea, hey, we'll just put our outfits on and then go back over there. Now this
Colorful
is
outfits, by the way.
winter time, so it's cold. So they changed into the clothes, came across the street from wherever they changed from back to the studio, and the guy let them walk right in.
Why?
No question, no. But before he can realize who they were, he went, wait a minute, these guys are just kicked out. Here come Wolfman Jack and his manager, Don Kelly, walking down the hall. So they see what's going on. They approach us. And the guy say, hey, they tried to sneak in. He goes, oh, no. They with us. So those uniforms spoke volume. And he said, well, look at that. Well, they got to do something. So he said, okay, guys, what do you do? He said, I'm familiar with the lockers. He said, I know you guys aren't there, but he said, well, we dance just like them. We dance just like them. They said, okay, well, let's go see what you got. Took him out on the handball court, and they did the routine. He fell in love. He's like, wait a minute, I got to have these guys. So after that, they went on a tour, and that's when I came and got on that tour with them. So I didn't go to the studio with them to sneak in and cut class, but I did do the shows and the tours with them.
See, that's what his mouth said anyway.
That's crazy.
So that's how that.
That's a heck of a story.
So that's how
that's crazy though. Because back in the day, it was hard in Chicago. It was everybody was trying to bully their way to get to the top. Okay, and you walked right in.
Man, they walked right into Soul Train and everything, because Soul Train was hard to get in. Once it got hot, and you got stopped at the door by a million mugs. If you didn't break it right there anyway, it depends on who was at the door getting in there.
Yeah. Unfortunately about Soul Train is they didn't archive any of the taping.
Not the early stuff anyway.
They only broadcast it because at that time it was just getting started. So I don't think they thought it would go anywhere. Right. Because in Chicago, you had Big Bill Hill, you had some other, dance, shows being broadcast as well. But it really took off when he moved from Chicago, left Clint Gent in charge. Hosting,
Clinton Gent, yeah.
And he came to, and then started in LA. And simultaneously, those things were going on. You had to show in Chicago and you still had to show in LA. And then eventually it just became just LA.
Yep.
And that's how that faded into that. But by the time we were already signed on MCA record label. And that's how they picked us up. So the guy that was the producer, Wes Farrell, and the writer, Al DeLore.
Oh, you went sideways. What happened?
Somebody
probably tried to call him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's an interesting story, man, because again, back in the day, they were probably compared to the Lockers.
Right.
And
the Lockers was hot, boy.
But I think the Lockers got, their egos got in their way. You know what I mean?
Well, when you had a bunch of people that's the thing about groups. Like I said before, you can have a bunch of talented people together, but all of them have to realize that one of them's going to be the star. At one point, that might switch up 15 times. You just got to wait your turn. Those who don't like to wait their turns, that's usually what happened to the group bust up.
Maurice, did you all have that problem?
Oh, I had it out of two groups.
Well, no, I'm talking to Maurice Christian. Maurice, you might have to log off and log back on because your picture turns sideways
and we don't have no sound.
Yeah. I think somebody probably tried to call. We can't hear you, so just log off and log back on. We got you. We here. Definitely. But we're talking, man, everybody, just in case you don't know, to Mr. Maurice Christian, okay? He was a part of the iconic, legendary, there he is, Chicago Puppets, all right? And I'm curious, and it's not hard, Mo, to kind of understand why they were called the puppets. Okay.
Right. I mean, dude, the routine. I was watching the routine. You know, the
Mhm.
clips that you sent, and the only similarity is that with the lockers is that they just pop lock it. That's the only similarity. The routine seems to be more detailed than the
Ooh,
locker. The lockers detail. I mean, they didn't have that detail. It was up there all doing their own thing. You know.
yeah.
So,
Maurice, we still can't hear you. So log off completely and then come back on. I think that's what's going to make it work. Just log off completely and then come back
you
on.
might have to text it to him because I don't know if he can hear us.
Yeah, I think he can hear us.
Can you hear us? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's that.
you remember
Go
when
ahead.
they did the Grammys? It was a big old thing on the Grammys when the
Mm-hmm.
Lockers did the Grammys.
Yeah.
You remember Rerun?
Yep. Yep.
Reruns,
Fred
you know,
Berry.
Freddie, yeah, Freddie. And you remember he was with them, and it was a
Yep.
big old thing because he was a TV star as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
they tried to outdo him on stage, and it was stage. You know, if you ever look at that, you actually look at a couple of frowns coming up on them faces when they was on stage. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But
that right there is one of the things that I used to try to teach when I had the groups. You know, hey, everybody's not going to be the star. You know,
right.
and the
Right.
reason why y'all here right now at this stage is because y'all came together. You know, and
It,
XYZ was hitting it. You know,
it's honestly the business is and I can never speak on what they did as dancers
Back
because
on.
it's a
Can you
whole
hear?
thing. Yes, sir. We can hear you. We got you. We
I have,
got you.
okay, I can't
You
hear
must
you
have got.
guys though.
You can't hear us. Can you hear
can
us?
you
Yeah, I can't hear you guys though.
Oh no! What are we doing?
look at your
What are we
volume on your
doing?
phone?
Well, he was okay.
Phone
He was
volume.
okay at first. He was okay
Everything
at
else is
first.
cool.
Yeah.
I just lost sound with you guys.
Mm.
Okay. Well, somebody must have called. Well, let's see.
Check, check.
Maybe I can.
1 2. Check 1 2.
Mo, how do we say log
Check
off
1 2.
again?
Still no
Hit the
sound.
comment, private comments.
Yeah, there you go. But again, we're talking with Mr. Maurice Christian. He's a member of the Chicago Puppets. I'm sorry. Okay, and the Chicago Puppets actually, Maurice, they are inducted into the. I want to get it right. I think it's the R&B hip hop
Hall of Fame.
historian Hall of Fame, and that's rare for a group. If I'm not mistaken, can you hear me, Maurice?
Yeah.
Okay, he's doing something.
Okay.
We got to get this. If we can't get this today, we definitely got to finish this one because
Yeah.
it's a story that needs to be told.
This again.
It is a
Back
story.
on.
Can you hear us, Maurice?
Focus. Turn it back off.
Let's listen.
But yeah, like I said, I look at the routine. It's very unique on them, and they
Okay.
seem
Yeah.
like they're a little bit more
Let's see what we got
cohesive.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear
Can
me
you
now?
hear us?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can
Can
you
you hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear us? We hear you. Log out again. One more time. Log out one more time. I'm learning this sign language. Well, I'm getting good at this. Log out one more time. I don't know, Mo. Maybe I should just reboot us.
Okay.
And that way everybody.
Let's try that. We come on back.
Yeah. I'm gonna reboot it. I'm just gonna refresh it.
Okay. Can you hear us, Maurice? Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Maurice Christian.
Still nothing, huh?
I can hear you.
And I can hear you. He's loading back up. So let's see if this works.
I thought I heard myself echo.
No, you weren't echoing. But Mo, I got to tell you more about him while he's gone, because again, and if we don't get this one in, we definitely we'll do schedule this for another day. But he's was inducted to the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum, and he's now a singer with the resurgence of the group Delphonics.
The Delphonics?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Come on, man.
Oh,
and he can't sing, but I can't get the music on here.
Oh, man.
So I think what we're gonna have to do, honestly, is to reschedule so that we can have a really, really good show where I can download this stuff and get it done, because I really want people to hear everything about this guy, because it's an amazing individual, man. Can you hear us, Maurice?
I can hear you now. I got sound back.
Okay,
I got you.
Okay, let's go.
All right,
Maurice,
let's keep it going. The train is moving.
While we're here, I just want to let you know that some time was taken off because of the technical difficulties. I want to have you on here again so that we can tell the entire story, if it's okay with you.
That is perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on going today. We're gonna keep going today, but we want to do another show with you so we can get, knock out all these technical difficulties. We can have a real great conversation, okay? Because we have to go back, and this is really, Mo, it's going to take more than an hour to talk to this man, because like I was just saying, Maurice Christian, both of y'all, I'm gonna call you Mo, I'm gonna call him Maurice, all right? Not only he's part of the Chicago Puppets, but they were inducted into the Hip Hop Heritage Museum Hall of Fame. All right?
That is
which come on, man. That right there is just a staple right there for what you've done.
Yeah, that's definitely a legacy and definitely a surprise. And these guys that run that museum, it's on the south side of Chicago. They he said his name is Daryl Roberts, and he said he spent about 30 years or so trying to track us down.
Wow.
And he finally did. And that's from that video you saw me dancing. That was the whole group there in the background.
Oh, that was the whole group, really?
So everybody's still together.
Yeah.
Everybody's still with us, huh?
Yeah, except one guy, one of the members, who was my childhood best friend, just like you and Mo, he ended up passing away. So
Okay.
he was the only one that wasn't there, because he was in the group as well. He and I entered the group at the same time.
Okay.
And so that was the only sadness about it.
Yeah.
But the other guys, they were there. And so that
So-
was all in the background.
So when we reschedule this show and do it again, okay, I'm gonna have that one video that I got. I'm gonna have it downloaded, and you have to show me which one you were. And don't tell me you was the last guy, that real skinny guy that came up with the pants that come up to the knees with the colorful socks. That wasn't you, was it?
No. I had more of a bright blue suit on.
Okay, because I'm looking at some on my other monitor. I see him with the hat on, right?
That's Melvin.
Okay, that's okay. When we reschedule this show, and please let's reschedule this soon, okay? Because
so you got two of them on there with the hats. Two of them on there with the hats. One is Wayne Ward. The other one is Melvin.
I got 5 guys with hats on though, but I'm trying to see. You know what?
Now, are you looking at the picture or the actual video?
This is gonna be so
I'm not worried.
unprofessional. This is gonna be so unprofessional, but hold on, I got to do it this way. All right. There they are right there. There they are right there. Man.
Oh wow, you're all the way into Sherry Lewis.
Come on now.
That's the Sherry Lewis show. That's where that picture is from.
So which one is you?
I'm in the yellow. I'm in the yellow. Yellow
on the end.
black.
Okay.
On the
all
end.
Right. Well,
yeah.
we definitely
yellow and black.
Okay. We definitely gonna, man. Look, you got to commit to another show, bro. You got to commit to it. We got to tell your story properly. without interruption.
You got it. You got it.
Yes, sir. So let's keep it moving on this one. All right. So, what kind of intrigued me was that, okay, you were a dancer when you started out, and then you started singing. What made you want to start singing?
It wasn't really it's kind of by accident or by chance, because I was, my aspiration was to be a lawyer. That was my aspiration. And I started playing drums. Wow. When I was about 14 years old, 15 years old, I started playing drums. But when I got in the group, they didn't play instruments. So we just moved on into that dance. Mm-hmm. And that's what we were predominantly doing. Although I would always sing around the house, I never really sung out anywhere.
Okay.
So when we got into the group and we started getting into more of these events and more shows, then they started adding things like, hey, let's do a spoof of this show. So that was American Graffiti, which, it was built around Wolfman Jack. And they say, hey, they had this guy on there that was in the movie. He was kind of like the Fonzie from Happy Days.
Yeah.
And he wore a leather jacket. He was a cool guy. So they were singing this, they had this song they wanted us to do called The High School Dance. And I think it was by, gosh, who recorded that song? But they had me sing that song.
The Silvers. Which
was a surprise. I'm like, really? And the managers and producers say, wait a minute.
Uh-oh. Went to the side again.
Uh-oh. Somebody tried to call.
Maurice, we can't hear you again. Oh. Look at this. Bree Barnett says, please have him back. This is awesome. We can't hear you again. You'll probably have to get off and come back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Mo. We got to do this.
Man, we got to do this show again.
Just when the story starts getting good, man. Just when it starts getting good. Technical difficulties. I don't care. We're gonna put web blockers. We're gonna put everything up so we can go straight through. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Have to log off and come back on. Log off, come back on.
And this is a first for this.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he's really being understanding about this too, because this is a story that got to be told, bro, for real. Because just as we get ready, because I'm getting ready to segue into the Delphonics, all right? Because the Delphonics is back there. Which song is that? It wasn't "Betcha" by Golly Wow, was it?
I can't remember I only remember two songs of them, and I just went through my library, and I'm thinking, God, I can't believe I don't have no Delphonics in my life, because they had a whole bunch of hits.
No, that's what it was. La 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 means I love you.
Okay, all right.
Come on, man. Don't play with me. I know what I'm doing. La 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 means I love you. Come on.
All right.
You got
Maurice,
me back?
I'm auditioning, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you. Can you hear us, Maurice?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Is somebody trying to call you?
He must have got back on.
Yeah.
Did you hear my pipes? Did you hear my pipes, Maurice?
I heard the pipes.
Come on, man. I'm on this. Let me stand next to you, and I'll do the moves. I ain't gotta sing. But you were telling us about your how you.
Yeah, I mean, they got their biggest songs. La 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 means I love you. Did not blow your mind.
Yeah, it was the events they were setting up and the shows we were doing, that they had me coming in and singing different parts. And one thing was, after the high school dance, then we did a thing from The Wiz. We did a spoof on that. Again, built around Wolfman Jack.
Right.
And so they were looking for different people you know, within the group to do this, the characters, Scarecrow, Tin Man, the Lion, and of course there was Dorothy and the Wicked Witch of the West. Well, they had picked one of the other guys, which happened to be my best friend, was the other singer of the group, and his name was David Crockett, and he always got his name made fun of because of David Crockett.
Of course.
You know, the Davy Crockett.
Right.
And so they called him over and they said, hey, sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And the piano player was there. And he was singing. He goes, no, higher, higher, higher. And he goes, I said, oh, no, I know what they're trying to do. I go, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to.
And then it just busts out of you.
I was known for the falsetto. So they said, wait a minute, Maurice, get over here. And I'm like, They said, sing this song. So he started playing the song. But what I started doing is singing in a baritone. Somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know higher. Somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know higher. Somewhere over the rainbow. And that was where they go, that's it.
Wow.
I got it.
I'm gonna kill StreamYard, dude. I'm gonna kill him.
Man, what's up with this?
No,
They're not blocking, are they?
No. I don't know what's going on. It might be something on his end, but we're gonna get it.
Well, I know what's going on my end. Google Fiber's coming through the neighborhood. They digging up my front yard right now.
Okay. Bree said my favorite was the I Love You song. Stop, Greg. It's all good. You know I got pipes, sis. Get out of here. Where's it?
Google Fiber's digging up my
Maurice,
front yard.
Maurice, you there, right? Mr. Christian. Ooh,
Just every time it get good, you know.
You know I'm mad. But that's okay. Cause it's rare when you get an opportunity to do. I mean, think about this, man. Way back in the day when we were little, and like he said, he was a teenager when he got in the group. All right, and like I said, if I told you his age, you would not believe how old
he come back on here and tell me his age.
You gonna make him tell him? Make him tell you. Make him tell you. But to be the age that he is, number one, and still, like I said, when we do the show the next time, I'm gonna have all of that footage ready, okay? But to see him to do that pop locking that he did back in the day, and he told me which one he was too, okay? And I saw that dude. That was one of the guys. If you look at that video, he was in yellow and black. He's one of the guys. I think he was the guy that jumped up and then landed on his
jump over, like leapfrog,
and landed on his. It was either his knees or his leg, or I don't know how they did that.
Oh man,
that had to be hard work and training. Maurice Christian.
All right, am I back?
Yeah, you're back, man.
You know, I'm at home. I think I pick a different location next time.
No, and next time's gonna be sooner than you think. Okay, we got to do it. Like I said, we're just talking. I got several things that I need to download and show. Then I got your music, because we're gonna fast forward to the music just before it gets out again. Okay, I don't have the music on here tonight, but I was listening to what was the name of it? The Prayer. What was it? What's it called?
The Prayer?
Was it The Prayer? Was that? That's not the name of the song.
From one of my CDs?
Yes. Hold on. I got it, but I don't have it queued up. What was the name of it? Say Amen. Say Amen.
So, okay. That was one of my first ones I did.
Yeah, I was listening to that. Bro can sing, Mo.
One that I had released, which you can see it's all over the internet now. But you say, gosh, Say Amen is the title song is on there. Use Me is another one that I think is popular. Yeah, Say Amen.
Yeah. Can y'all hear that?
You playing the music?
No, I have musicians.
Huh? Oh, okay.
But see, if you, and I'm gonna let this roll for a minute. If you, and that's what's gonna be the beautiful part about it when we get this right. We go from where he started dancing in Chicago, Illinois, no less. And we know how tough it was back in that time to grow up. All right. So this song here is a testimony.
Right.
I mean, you can speak on it, Maurice. It's easy to listen to. And it's telling a story. You know,
No, I have more of those.
Oh, man, look.
So is it a whole gospel CD or is it a mixture?
No, it's not a gospel CD, is it?
It's kind of like I wouldn't call it gospel. It's kind of more like a worship CD.
Okay.
Praise and worship.
So it's in between kind of smooth R&B with spiritual tones.
That's big here in Nashville. Praise and worship.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And I have other ones that's like that one that you're listening to now.
Give me one.
In fact, I just wrote one a couple of days ago. I just finished one because that's my other gift is songwriting. So all those songs are original.
So you have anybody cataloging your stuff and publishing it for you?
Well, I got them all publicized, and copywritten, and they would ASCAP and the Library of Congress.
Good.
So they're all, protected that way.
So Maurice, as you get older,
and I finished.
As you get older, Maurice, does it get better for you? Does it get more fun for you?
Yeah, it does. It
so
does.
I'm going to ask you, how old are you, bro?
I'm not ashamed of my age.
I know you're not.
7.
Oh, you got us.
67.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Mo?
Yeah, I heard it.
67, and he's still pop locking and doing all that stuff. But,
hey, do what you do. That's probably the reason why you still can do it, because of pop locking.
But
like
again,
us, sit down.
Does he look? Does he? I told. Hey, Mo.
No, look like
like I said, Mo. If I pop or lock, Social Security coming in.
I already told you what happened to me in the morning.
Crazy. That's crazy. Okay, but think about this, man. Look at Maurice. Look at yourself. Look at me. All right. And this isn't being arrogant. Okay, but this right here, what we're seeing right here, this is God, man.
Yeah.
God.
It is what it is, right? But
this is a beautiful song, man. This is a beautiful song, and I'm gonna put this on my playlist. Say amen.
Yeah, I need
no, turn that back around. No.
What's happening? Why is it? If he's got an iPhone, he needs to turn that auto.
Well,
the auto.
He was on his laptop at first, and it didn't. It was just blurry. Got on the phone, and it was great. But
if it's an iPhone, he got to turn the auto.
And it's like just when we start getting into this conversation rolling, Maurice, we got to do some prayers over his phone. That's what we got to do.
Still can't hear.
But like I was saying, though, I know he probably have to log off and log back on. But like I was saying, man, it's to be here. Number one, to keep this melanin like it is. Okay, God is really blessing us. Okay,
yeah.
You yourself, Mo, you had a stroke, but you're still here and better than ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a blessing. Can you hear us, Maurice? Oh, he can hear us, but we can't hear you. So you're probably gonna have to log back off again and log back on.
You're going it.
That's okay though. I mean, like I said, we Mo, I don't care what Gina says, I don't care what Marcy says, we're gonna reschedule this.
Yeah.
And
to get the juice out of
and
this,
make it right. We gotta make this right. We gotta make this right. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It could be. I mean, you and I are clear. I see us clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And we see him clearly when he comes on, but for some reason it pops out. All right. And
we're gonna have to reset this.
We can't. And normally we don't try to audience members. We don't try to tell everybody this is what's happening, blah, 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 blah. We keep pushing and rolling, okay? But this particular one, especially because it's a very interesting story, we have to do this again. Definitely have to make make this an event, because it's not 1 hour is not enough time. We got you, Maurice. 1 hour is not enough time to explore what this man has done and what he's doing now. Okay, and to be 67 years old, still kicking out there and entertaining people. And he didn't just do it here, Maurice. He's been to Canada, he's been to China, he's done his thing. Okay, world traveler, doing this music, doing what you've done, man. Okay, how was it like the first time you went out of the country, doing what you do?
It was like going into a dream.
Wow.
You know, because we just grew up in a neighborhood, and even though I was all over Chicago, you grow up and you finally hit in these arenas where there's thousands of people looking at you. And it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, if everybody take their most fondest dream and have it come true, you know, it's like there's no words to describe it. It's just like you're in a totally different world and hearing that crowd going,
oh man, the Sonic.
like that is like, wow. I never in my wildest dream imagined something like that, you know, happening to me. It's just something you can't. And even with going from the dancing with the music, because I also did a little acting before I got with the puppets as well. And I remember in elementary school, I think I was probably in about 5th or 6th grade. And we put on this show, and it was about, it was around Thanksgiving, and it was about the Pilgrims coming over here to America. And my mom came to see that play that I was in, and it was after school. And when we got home, she said, son, she said, that was pretty good. She said, but when did you have time to learn the lyrics? Because I never, excuse me, she said, I never saw you practice or study.
Right.
And I thought about it. I said, well, in my mind, I'm thinking because we rehearsed at school, and that's all that was needed.
Right.
And so when I got there, I knew all my lines. I knew everybody else's lines. So I was that kind of, I still wasn't quite aware of the skills that was inside of me, because I didn't really have a role model or someone, you know, growing up with me and say, hey, you know, I see this in you, you know, you should do this, or let's practice this, or let's go meet so-and-so. I had that. So I was just kind of going along, and all those things that I was enjoying, it just kind of fell upon me, you know, these things, you know, the puppets. I never imagined I'd be in a group called the Puppets that will one day be in the Museum Hip Hop Hall of Fame. It just, those things, but I enjoyed everything I was doing. So I was acting prior to the puppets. And then the shows.
We lost it again.
Man. Yeah.
Maurice, we keep losing you, bro, and we almost got through, but I don't care. Again, we're gonna reschedule this, and when he comes back, I'm just gonna let him know that we're just gonna reschedule as soon as possible. I mean, Jenny gonna have to bump a day, you know.
Man, this right here, that's fine. I mean, again, you know, he get to see his dream come true. Like he's just talking about his childhood, and you know what his mother was saying, she ain't never seen him in practice, and you know he had his inroads on his way to doing Hollywood.
He already knew what he wanted to do. He already knew that the business was what he wanted to be in. All right,
Well,
and you know, it's an inspiring story, bro.
I think about, you know, how we always say, if you love what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life.
Never work a
And
day
he
in your
just
life.
that natural progression from what he was doing with the dancing, the music, and then he's on his way to acting. So, I
And see,
mean,
again, I brought up the point though, Mo. You know, we came from Gary, and we thought Gary was bad, but he was from Southside Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
the thing
And
about it
it
is,
was
both
just rough. And huh? What'd you say, Mo?
all of us came from an
A
environment where
hard
we
life.
thought, oh, yeah, it was hard. It was hard growing up, but you think about it, it prepared us for a whole bunch of stuff in the
Yeah,
real world. It toughened us
yeah,
up. So, I
it
mean,
definitely did.
disappointment was nothing. We just keep rolling, you know?
All righty. I'm right
Man,
here.
We got about 15 minutes, but you know what? What we want to do, Maurice, is because I want, like I said, I want to make sure that we get this completely. And we were just
yeah.
bringing up something else, okay? Because again, and maybe we can get this in, Mo. You came from Chicago again. And
Outside.
Chicago was rough.
Mhm.
I don't care what era you came in back then, okay? Because this era right now, they couldn't make it in the era that we had back then.
Man, these kids.
No, Chicago was it was real rough. It was
Mm-hmm.
rough, and you had to really be careful. Um, and there is a story I could tell you about one of the guys in the group, you know, and it, you know, just not for the hand of God, you know, I think is what blocked, because he was actually shot. Because you know, sometimes when you moving up, you have the haters that don't
Yeah.
want to see that, and they want to stop you from doing that, and by any means possible, they'll do that. And so he was actually shot one day, and we got the call saying, "Hey, you know, he was shot. You know, his name was Wayne. Wayne was the one that got shot and was in the hospital." Like, oh man, no. But he was okay, of course, you know, and came back out and was good. But no, that's gives you an idea of how rough Chicago was. You
Yeah.
walk from one block to another block, and now you in another gang territory. Where you from? You know, throw up your sign. You know, like I don't
Mhm.
have a sign. You know, my sign is the
Outside.
cross. What about that? You know,
Yes.
so
Let's go.
but we had to, you know, we had to get through all that, and then later on we end up getting old enough to get, you know, have cars and drive, so we didn't have to put up with a lot of that. We just get in the cars and go,
Mm.
you know. But before, when we were catching the bus, you know, and the trains, and yeah, we had to kind of, it's like being in the jungle,
Mm.
and you have to watch out for the wild animals, you
Mm.
know, 'cause they'll attack you and they will, you know, they will get you. So
Consume you.
that's the kind of thing, and still focus on where we were trying to go with what we were doing.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
took a lot of focus, and it took a lot of courage to keep that fear that was on the outside, you know, in control, and
Yeah.
not let that stop us from leaving the house, or let that shooting stop us from moving forward, continue to move forward like that. So uh, it was definitely a challenge, you know, coming up, you know, as we were forming this group and, you know, and around the city. But we eventually, you know, survived it, got out of it, and had all these great things happen to us, you know, which is like, I think about it now, and even talking with you guys, when someone asked me, because I would never talk about it once it was over, I would never, people say, well, you know, Mark, I didn't know you did all that. I go, yeah. I said, but sometimes people aren't as interested in what you did as to what are you doing now.
Now. Yeah. Yeah.
So that is a burden, not much of a burden, but that's the pressure of being an artist. And I think all artists go through that. You
But
know,
it
they have
relieves
their
you.
moments, they do some things, they get, that's a notoriety. And then it's like, okay, what are you going to do next?
But it
We got
gives
to have him here.
look, Maurice, you know, we having problems
Yeah.
with again. So this is what we're gonna do, man.
You always striving to do better.
We didn't get half of that, Maurice.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna do, man. I'm gonna get in touch with you. I'm a message you, and we're gonna reschedule this at your earliest convenience, so we can get this story in, okay? Because this is he's not hearing us, but we're gonna reschedule this show so that we can make sure that we get it all in. All right. So everybody that's watching, I apologize. Technical difficulties is something we can't control. He can't control. It happens. All right. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get with you, Maurice, if we can. I'm gonna reschedule. I'll talk to Desiree. We're gonna reschedule, and so we can get this whole story in. Period. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it has to be done, man. Mo, say something to the people, man.
Man, dude, I'm with Greg. We got to hear this whole story. I'm catching bits and pieces of it, and I'm thinking how similar it is the way we,
Right.
like we were talking about earlier. I mean, the story is definitely there, and like I was saying earlier, it's just like Maurice. He came up the same way. Hey, if you love what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what I feel about it.
And I'm saying, man, again, and I'm gonna reiterate that, and we got to do this again because thank you, Bree, for hanging out with us, because
yeah,
it's stories like these that are important that people hear, because everybody who's doing some things, you didn't just fall into it. People think they just fell into it. We don't fall into this, y'all. We have to work hard at it. We have to make sure.
Yes, Lord. Yep.
We got to cross some T's and dot some I's and make sure it's all good and right before we even start looking like we're getting ready to get successful. We have to do some things, and sometimes it's things that we never thought in our entire lives that would happen to us, but it happens, okay? But the thing is, even with his story, you got to keep on going straight. You got to keep on that narrow path, man, and we got to do what God has told us to do, okay? And that's enjoy our lives, all right? Got Maurice one more time here. We got to enjoy our lives.
All right, one more time.
We got to make sure that every minute that we're living, man.
One more time.
Maurice, so before you cut out, man, okay, because we're gonna get out of here, but we're gonna reschedule with you, okay? But before you cut out, man, give everybody some words of wisdom real quick, man, that you've encountered in your life as an entertainer.
The words of wisdom was what I say is number one, always be yourself. Be yourself in whatever you do, because God gives everyone, he's made everybody differently and gave them all different gifts and skills. And he made you to be a certain way, because I've experienced where people, oh no, do like this, do like that, sing like this, do like that. And it never worked for me because it wasn't natural. Right. So you got to do what comes natural when you're an artist, because there is a place for you. Stevie Wonder doesn't sound like Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie doesn't sound like Jeffrey Osborne. And Jeffrey Osborne doesn't sound like Philip Bailey, but those guys are all great artists. And many
say that again, for real. Like yes.
You got. Oh, gosh.
Man,
I'm going on a internet social media rampage, man. I'm gonna be the serial killer this time, all right?
Man,
even Bree saying, "Oh no!"
Right.
I'm gonna wait till he comes back. He'll be back. I'm waiting till he comes back on so that we can at least thank him, for coming on the show. I want to thank Desiree Benson. Benson. She hooking us up with some fantastic people to talk to. Okay, like Maurice Christian, like Tori. Show enough.
Yeah.
Man, I was even invited to Arizona with my man Victor Nelson. Is his name Victor Nelson? I'm sorry if I don't have it right. I'm gonna get it right now. With my man's I'm calling everybody Nelson. Where is he at? Oh, he got my phone number, so he can do it that way. Vincent Moore. You know what I'm saying?
All righty. Okay.
All right, Maurice, look, we heard most of that, but before it blinks out again, okay, I'm gonna inbox you, and I'm gonna inbox Desiree so we can reschedule this, because even our audience wants to hear this. They're like, oh no, you know, they're like, we got to hear it, because we didn't even get into the Delphonics years, okay? We didn't get into all of that and how did you get with the Delphonics and all that. We got to get to all of this story, because it's what we do here on this show, Maurice. If you've never seen the shows, we laugh and joke and this and that, but we endeavor to inspire people to learn from the journeys of other people what can be done. Like you said before it cut out, right? God, we're different. God gave us the capability to do whatever we need to do or whatever we want to do. It's just how we go about doing it, okay? But the main thing about that is remain prayerful. Make sure that we give God his props, you know?
Yep.
Exactly.
Maurice, is there anything you want to say real quick? Anything else you want to say real quick?
Real quick.
I want to say, stay tuned for part 2.
Thank you. You better
Greg
tell them,
and
bro.
Mo.
You better tell them.
All right.
You better tell them.
I'll
As
be
soon
back,
as I get
for sure.
man, I'm going to inbox you, and I'm going to inbox Desiree. Well, actually, I could just inbox you. And just tell Desiree. But we got to do this, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maurice Christian. He is a Chicago legend. Okay, and if you guys don't know, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. We're gonna make sure that we have it here on DopelivenTV Live, and make sure that you get 100% this time. Okay.
All
so,
right.
Maurice, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you, and thank you for understanding this technical difficulty thing, and thank you for agreeing to come back on and tell the story, because it has to be told.
Yes. Yes. He froze.
You did. I know, man. I hate when that happens.
Man.
And it hasn't happened in a long time.
Long time.
The last time it happened, it was a super fantastic guest too, man. And we were like, man, and that other guest we couldn't get back on. They became so busy. I hope he doesn't get too busy to do it. So let me make sure, because I guarantee he'll probably try to pop back on. But I want to make sure I got him on here before I get off of here. Everything good though, Maurice? Thank you for taking a Friday. It's a different day, bro. So thank you for coming through and hanging out with us.
No problem, bro. Anytime, anytime you need me, just let me know.
We got to do it, man. I just friended Maurice, so hopefully he'll get this. He'll friend me back, and we're going to knock this out, bro. We're going to make sure it happens.
Cool.
There he is again. I told you he's coming back. Last time.
All righty.
Oh, all right. Last time. We got to get you back. I just friended you.
Goodbye until next time.
I friended you on Facebook, man, so I'm going to be getting in contact with you real soon.
Cool.
That's okay.
And I'm,
all right.
All right. I appreciate
Go
it.
ahead.
Peace to both of you.
No doubt, man. Peace to you.
Bye-bye.
We will see you real soon. All right. This is DopelivenTV Live, man. We'll see you guys Monday. All right. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.
All right.
Okay. Got it.
What happened?